All right, what's up, everybody? Look, the crypto market's pumping a little bit to end the day right now as a result of the news that we did just get from Trump. So Trump came out and said that there has now been a ceasefire agreed to between Israel and Iran, which of course had led the crypto market upwards, pushing Bitcoin right to around $106 to $105.5 thousand. Now, naturally, this does make sense for the crypto market to respond very positively to this, because it could imply that tensions are not going to continue to grow crazily out of control over in the Middle East. You know, a couple days ago when we did see the U.S. get involved and it did it, drop bombs on the nuclear sites over in Iran, a lot of people got concerned, right? Many people were like, shoot, like, is this going to lead to full-fledged World War III? Crypto's never been through that, right? And so you're going to see people just sell a bunch of crypto, cash out, and de-risk to some degree, which I think makes a lot of sense. But obviously, if that is not going to occur, and we are going to see things kind of cool down now and not grow even more out of control, it would make sense for the crypto market to pump a bit as people are willing to re-enter into the market now that things aren't so uncertain or unsure. Now, overall, it is in my perspective, again, that this is a good thing, not only just for crypto, but for the world as a whole. The ideal scenario here is that there can be some sort of conflict resolution amongst Israel and Palestine and Iran, and the U.S. doesn't need to get involved, and all of this can work itself out. Not even just speaking from my own crypto perspective, but again, just from a humanity perspective. I think we can all agree no one wants to see people lose their lives, right? And so hopefully this news is true, and hopefully it does, of course, continue to result in a decrease in tension over in the Middle East and not so much an increase, which is what a lot of people were worried about. So from a crypto perspective, I do think that it makes, again, a lot of sense as to why the market is pumping right now. And I think it's a good thing. Now, I do want to use this as a moment to kind of warn you all, though, right? Because in a moment just like this, it gets super easy and super reasonable to feel like, oh God, like, well, the crypto market's back. Well, that means that everything's over and the dump's over and I need to go all in on 100x leverage. And we are starting to see that happen, right? I'm already noticing a lot of people opening up 50 to 75x leverage trades over on CoinGlass. You can see this. There's not a huge increase in 100x leverage trades yet, but the 50 to 75xers are stepping in to the long side, which means that people are getting extremely confident just because of this one piece of news, and they're betting big that crypto's about to pump. And I want to warn you all about doing that, because I want you to just remember how you felt just 2 days ago, right? 2 days ago when the crypto market was dropping like a rock and everybody was scared and everyone was fearful and everyone was screaming that the crypto market was coming to an end and blah, 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 blah. Think about how you felt just a couple days ago and how fast things can turn. And just like a couple days ago, things were really bad and now they seem better, the same thing can happen. By the end of the day, we could get some news from Iran or some news from Trump or some news from Israel. And next thing you know, we're in a spot where the crypto market's dropping and Bitcoin's back at 90K, right? And so what I would encourage you all is to not get too caught up in the back and forth of all this news. Don't be buying off of good news and selling off of bad news consistently, because you're really just playing a game that's designed for you to lose. These are the most opportune moments for the lizard people, right? The market manipulators to take your crypto from you. There's going to be a ton of liquidity hunts, a ton of liquidations, a ton of extreme volatility as a result of all of this news that you cannot predict. You're just playing a losing game. It would be my recommendation that in a moment like this, it's probably best to just pause or just deal with your long-term portfolio. As you all know, when crypto dumped yesterday, when Bitcoin was around $99.4 thousand, we bought some Bitcoin, some ETH, some Solana, some SWI in our long-term portfolio. And now that Bitcoin's back up to around 105K, guys, I'm probably going to take a little bit of profit off the table on all those positions that are now up a couple percent just because it was an easy gain. So dealing with a long-term portfolio with dollar cost averages or micro take profits is totally fine. But I would highly warn against doing big leverage trades and stuff right now, because it's extremely risky in a market like this. And by tomorrow morning, everything might have just gone right back down and things can get ugly again. Okay, so I'll be here updating you every step of the way as we do see this market shifting and good news and bad news coming out. But I will be honest, it's exhausting. And you guys don't need to get your super big, get your emotions super heavily wrapped around and involved with all this news. The best thing to do is probably sit tight, let this situation play itself out. Deal with your long-term portfolio, right? Like the long-term DCAs, long-term take profits are totally fine. But doing anything short to midterm right now is just extremely risky, and I don't think it's that great of an idea. But that's kind of my strategy right now. And I do want to use this as a moment of reflection as well, just to kind of show you, right? Like 2 days ago, I told you all when Bitcoin was dropping below 99K 9K, I said, listen, I know it feels bad and I know it feels scary, but there will be a moment where the crypto market feels good. And those of you who panic sell out right now, those of you who just sell everything, you're going to end up regretting it when the market does end up pumping again. And many of you who didn't listen to that are probably in a spot right now where you are full of regret. So I hope you can use this as a moment of growth and reflection to be like, that probably wasn't the right move. I need to get my emotions in check, okay? And so with that in mind, I don't say that to rub it in your face. I just want you to learn from it and grow from it so you don't make those mistakes anymore. When things are great and things feel good, it's the best time to take profits. When everybody's scared and everyone's screaming and everyone's worried, it's the best time to buy. Historically, that is true. It is not my opinion. It is just objective truth from history. Look at it yourself. So I'll keep you all updated as this all does play out, but please do use this as a learning moment. Watch very closely to see how the market's playing out, and I'm sure I'll have another video for you guys in the morning. So of course, I hope you guys did enjoy this quick update. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.